shouted a rock-like alien. "The Crystal Collective supports fair treatment for all species," sang a glowing alien in a musical voice. Commander Vex looked around in shock. His support was disappearing. The other species were turning against him. "This is rebellion," Vex screamed. "I am the station commander." "Not anymore," Ambassador Thys said calmly. "We call for an emergency vote of no confidence." New beginnings. The emergency vote happened quickly. Representatives from 12 different alien species gathered in the station's main council chamber. Commander Vex stood at the center, his forearms shaking with rage. "This is illegal," Vex shouted. "You cannot remove me from power." Ambassador Thys held up a crystal tablet. According to Station Charter 2.7, any commander can be removed if 8 or more species vote against them. "We have 12 species ready to vote," announced the Aquarian trade leader. "That is more than enough." One by one, each species cast their vote. The Zorlans voted against Vex. The Aquarians voted against him. The Granite Brotherhood voted against him. Even some Vorthan representatives voted against their former ally. When the voting was finished, the result was clear. 15 votes against Commander Vex and only 2 votes in favor. "Commander Vex," Ambassador Thys announced formally, "you are removed from your position effective immediately." Vex's red eyes blazed with fury, but he could do nothing. The station's laws were clear. He had lost. "Who will lead the station now?" asked a Crystal Collective representative. "We propose a new system," Ambassador Thys replied. "A council with representatives from all species, including the Keth," the crowd murmured with surprise. "A Keth representative on the ruling council? This had never happened before. We nominate Zara of the Keth people as their first representative," Captain Chen said, smiling at the young alien girl. Zara's purple eyes grew wide. "Me, but I'm nobody special." "You spoke truth when everyone else stayed silent," Ambassador Thys said kindly. "That makes you very special indeed." The new council was formed that same day. Representatives from 13 species, including Zara as the first Keth council member in station history. Their first act was to remove all the unfair laws against the Keth people. The non-fraternization treaty was thrown out. Keth people could now live on any level of the station. They could eat in any restaurant. They could work in any job they were qualified for. The changes happened fast. Within 1 week, Keth engineers were working in the main technical departments. Keth scientists joined research projects. Keth artists began teaching music and painting to other species. Zara was given a position in the station's main science laboratory. Her knowledge of energy systems was amazing. She helped design new power generators that were twice as efficient as the old ones. Alex visited her every day. They became best friends, working together on projects and sharing meals. Alex taught Zara about human culture, and she taught him about Keth science and art. "I never imagined my life could be like this," Zara told Alex one day as they worked in the laboratory. 6 months ago, I was starving and alone. Now I have friends, good work, and hope for the future. "That's what happens when people choose kindness over fear," Alex replied. The other Keth people on the station began to thrive. They opened shops and restaurants. They started families without fear. Children who had been hiding in the lower levels now played in the station's parks with children from other species. But the biggest change came 6 months after that first day, when Alex had said, "Come eat with me." Alex and Zara decided to open a restaurant together. They called it Unity Table. It served food from every species on the station. Humans could try Keth energy soup. Zorlans could taste human pizza. Aquarians could sample granite mineral cakes. The opening day was incredible. Hundreds of aliens from every species came to eat together. Tables that had been separated by race and class for years were now mixed with different types of beings, all sharing meals and stories. Commander Vex had been transferred to another station far away. In his place, the new council worked together to make fair decisions for everyone. Alex's parents were proud of their son. Captain Chen was promoted to head of interspecies relations for the entire sector. Dr. Chen started a new medical program that helped poor aliens from all species get better health care. As the sun set through the station's main viewing windows, Alex and Zara stood in their restaurant, watching their customers laugh and eat together. "Look at this," Zara said, smiling as she watched a Vorthan child sharing dessert with a young Keth girl. A few months ago, those two species hated each other. My dad always says that the best way to change the galaxy is one friendship at a time, Alex replied. An elderly granite alien at a nearby table raised his glass. A toast, he called out loudly, to the young humans who taught us that kindness is the strongest force in the universe. The entire restaurant erupted in cheers. Aliens from dozens of species raised their glasses and cups, celebrating together. Alex looked around at all the happy faces and smiled. This was what the galaxy should look like. Not divided by fear and hatred, but united by understanding and friendship. Thank you, Zara whispered to Alex. For what? He asked. For saying come eat with me when nobody else would? Alex grinned. That's what friends do. Outside the restaurant windows, stars twinkled in the darkness of space. But inside Unity Table, the future burned bright with hope. Breaking rules. The security guard commander was huge. His reptilian skin was dark green with sharp spikes on his back. His yellow eyes stared at Alex with anger. Let go of the Keth female immediately, the commander ordered. His voice sounded like gravel scraping on metal. Alex did not let go of Zara's hand. Instead, he squeezed it gently to show her he was not afraid. Why can't I share my food with someone who's hungry? Alex asked. His voice stayed calm, but everyone could hear he was serious. The guard commander stepped closer. Because it is against the law, human boy. The non-fraternization treaty clearly states that Keth subjects must remain in their designated areas. That's a stupid law, Alex said firmly. She's a person, not a subject. Two more security guards moved behind Alex and Zara. The crowd of aliens watched with interest. Some looked excited to see trouble. Others looked worried. Zara pulled on Alex's hand. Please, she whispered. I don't want you to get hurt because of me. I'll go back to the lower levels. Alex turned to look at her. No, Zara, you shouldn't have to live like this. Nobody should. The guard commander's spikes became longer. This was a sign he was getting very angry. Human, this is your final warning. Release the Keth and return to your section, or face punishment. What kind of punishment? Alex asked. Detention, fines, possible removal from the station. Alex thought about this for a moment. Then he smiled and looked at all the watching aliens. You know what? I think I'll take my chances, he said. Then he started walking toward the human cafeteria, still holding Zara's hand. The security guards moved to block their path, but Alex kept walking. When they reached the cafeteria entrance, the guards grabbed Alex's other arm. That's enough, the commander shouted. Suddenly, other human voices joined the conversation. Hey, what's going on here? A group of Alex's human friends came out of the cafeteria. There were 5 of them, all teenagers like Alex. Alex is helping someone who's hungry, said a girl with red hair. Is that a crime now? The guard commander looked confused. He was used to other alien species backing down when he gave orders, but these humans seemed different. It is against station law for different species to fraternize, he explained, especially with the Keth. Well, that's a dumb law, said a boy with dark skin and curly hair. We're changing it. You cannot change station law, the commander said angrily. Watch us, the red-haired girl replied. She walked over and took Zara's other hand. Hi, I'm Sarah. You look hungry? Want to eat with us? Zara looked shocked. Now 2 humans were helping her. She had never imagined this could happen. Yes, she said quietly. I would like that very much. The other human friends formed a circle around Alex and Zara. They all started walking into the cafeteria together. Stop, the guard commander shouted, but the humans ignored him. Inside the cafeteria, other humans looked up from their meals. They saw the security guards chasing their young people and immediately stood up. Alex's parents were sitting at a corner table. His mother was a tall woman with kind eyes. His father was a strong man with graying hair. Both wore the blue uniforms of the Human Diplomatic Corps. Alex, what's happening? His mother asked. Mom, Dad, this is Zara, Alex said. She hasn't eaten in 2 days because other aliens treat her people badly. I invited her to eat with us and now the guards say it's against the law. Alex's father, Captain Marcus Chen, stood up slowly. He was the head of the Human Diplomatic Mission on the station. Is this true? Captain Chen asked the guard commander. It's illegal to share food with someone who's hungry. It is illegal for different species to interact, the commander replied. This has been the law for many years. Captain Chen looked around the cafeteria. Every human was now standing and listening. "I see," he said calmly. "And who made this law?" "The previous station administrators. The Hegemony Council." "The same Hegemony Council that was removed from power for corruption last year?" Captain Chen asked. The guard commander's spikes became shorter. "Yes, but the laws still stand." Captain Chen smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. "Well, Commander, here's the thing about humans. We don't follow laws that go against our basic values, and helping hungry people is one of our most important values." He put his arm around Zara's shoulders. "This young lady will eat with us tonight, and every night if she wants to." The guard commander's face became red with anger. "If you break station law, all humans will be removed from this station." Captain Chen looked at all the humans in the cafeteria. Then he looked back at the commander. "Then I guess you'll have to remove us all," he said. Suddenly the cafeteria entrance opened again. A new voice boomed across the room. "Nobody will be removing anyone." Everyone turned to see Station Commander Vex himself, marching in with a full squad of armed guards. His alien face showed pure rage. Standing together, Station Commander Vex was the most powerful alien on Nexus Station. He was tall and thin with gray skin and 4 arms. His red eyes glowed with anger as he pointed one of his weapons at Alex. "You will follow our rules or leave this station forever," Vex shouted. His voice echoed through the cafeteria. All the humans stood perfectly still. The armed guards behind Vex had their weapons ready. The situation was very dangerous now, but Captain Chen did not look scared. He stepped forward and stood between Vex and his son. "Commander Vex," Captain Chen said calmly, "before you make threats, perhaps we should discuss this situation like civilized beings." "There is nothing to discuss," Vex replied. "Your people are breaking our laws. This human boy is contaminating himself with Keth filth." Zara felt ashamed when she heard those words. She tried to step backward, but Alex held her hand tighter. "She's not filth," Alex said loudly. "She's a person, and she's starving because of your stupid rules." Vex pointed his weapon directly at Alex's chest. "Silence, human child." Captain Chen's wife, Dr. Sarah Chen, moved to stand beside her husband. She was the head of the human medical mission. "Commander Vex," Dr. Chen said, "I've been studying the health reports on this station. Do you know that 60% of Keth people are suffering from malnutrition?" "That is not our concern," Vex replied. "It should be," Dr. Chen continued, "because hungry people get sick. Sick people spread disease, and disease doesn't care about your racial laws." More humans gathered around the Chen family. Soon, all 50 humans on the station were standing together in the cafeteria. Commander Vex looked around at all the human faces. He had expected them to be scared. Instead, they looked determined. "You humans have been on this station for only 2 months, Vex said. "But you think you can change rules that have existed for 10 years? "We don't want to change your rules," Captain Chen replied. "We want to change your hearts." Vex laughed, but it was not a happy sound. "Hearts? What do hearts matter in the galaxy?" Suddenly, Zara stepped forward. Everyone looked at her with surprise. She had been quiet the whole time, but now she was ready to speak. "Commander Vex," Zara said, her voice shaking but brave, "may I tell you something about the Keth people?" "I don't want to hear Keth lies," Vex replied. "They're not lies," Zara said, standing taller. "Before the war, my people built the water systems for this station. We designed the air recycling machines that keep everyone alive. We created the power generators that give you light and heat." The aliens in the crowd began to whisper to each other. Many of them had not known this. "The Keth built 60% of this station's infrastructure," Zara continued. "But now we're not allowed to eat in the same rooms as the people who use what we built." Alex squeezed her hand to give her strength. His parents smiled at her with encouragement. "Every day, Keth people fix the machines that break down," Zara said, her voice getting stronger. "We clean the waste that other species leave behind. We do the dangerous jobs that nobody else wants to do. But we're treated like we don't matter." Commander Vex's red eyes flickered. For a moment, he looked uncertain. "You started a war," he said quietly. "No," Zara replied firmly. "My people were attacked by the hegemony fleet because we refused to give them our technology for free. We defended ourselves." "Is that a crime?" Dr. Chen stepped forward. "I've read the real war records, Commander. The hegemony wanted to steal Keth scientific knowledge. When the Keth refused, the hegemony attacked 3 Keth colonies. The Keth only fought back to protect their families. Captain Chen added, "They never attacked anyone first." The crowd of watching aliens began to look uncomfortable. Many of them had believed the lies about the Keith for so long that they had never questioned the truth. Commander Vex raised his weapon again. "Enough. I don't care about the past. I only care about order. All humans and all Keth will leave this station in 24 hours. But before anyone could respond, a new voice spoke from the back of the crowd. "We disagree with that decision." Everyone turned to see who had spoken. It was Ambassador Thys, the leader of the Zorlan people. The Zorlans were one of the most respected species in the galaxy. Behind Ambassador Thys stood 20 other Zorlan representatives. They all looked very serious. "The Zorlan High Council has been watching this situation," Ambassador Thys announced. "We believe Commander Vex is wrong." More voices joined in from different parts of the crowd. "The Aquarian Trade Union agrees with the Zorlans," called out a blue-skinned alien. "The Granite Brotherhood stands with the humans." The outcast. The smell of hot food filled the air on Space Station Nexus. Zara pressed her thin body against the cold metal wall, hiding behind a large trash container. Her purple skin looked pale, and her big eyes watched the other aliens eating at their tables. "Please, just one piece," she whispered to herself. Her stomach made a loud growling sound. She had not eaten anything for 2 days. Zara was from the Keth race. 10 years ago, her people lost a terrible war. Now they were treated like dirt on every space station in the galaxy. The other aliens saw them as bad luck, as people who brought trouble wherever they went. A group of tall green aliens from the Vorten species sat at a nearby table. They had plates full of meat and vegetables. One of them noticed Zara hiding. "Look, a dirty Keth is watching us eat." He laughed loudly. The others turned to look. They started throwing small pieces of rotten food at her. "Here, Keth girl. This is all you deserve," another one shouted. The food hit Zara's face and clothes. The aliens laughed even harder. Some other species joined in the laughing. Nobody helped her. Nobody ever helped the Keth. Zara wiped the rotten food from her face. Tears filled her eyes, but she did not cry. She had learned not to cry years ago. Crying only made the other aliens laugh more. She stood up slowly and walked away from the food area. Her legs felt weak from hunger. She had a job cleaning the lower levels of the station, but the pay was very little. She could only buy food once every 3 days if she was lucky. Zara walked through the busy hallways of the station. Hundreds of different aliens moved around her. There were the blue-skinned Aquarians with their fish-like faces, the rock-hard granite people who looked like walking stones, the flying Zephyrians with their beautiful wings. But none of them looked at her. To them, she was invisible. She was nothing. The station was huge. It had 50 levels and thousands of rooms. Different alien races had their own sections. The rich and powerful aliens lived on the upper levels. The Keth people were forced to live in the lowest level, near the engine rooms where it was hot and noisy. As Zara walked, she passed the human section. Humans were new to the station. They had arrived just 2 months ago. Most aliens did not know much about them yet. Zara had heard stories about humans. Some aliens said they were weak and strange. Others said they were dangerous and should not be trusted. But Zara had never spoken to a human before. She stopped and looked through a large window into the human cafeteria. The humans inside looked different from other aliens. They had smooth skin in different colors, some light, some dark. They did not have extra arms or tentacles or wings like other species, but something else was different about them. They were sitting together at tables, talking and laughing. Rich humans sat next to poor humans. Old humans sat next to young humans. They seemed to treat each other as equals. This was strange to Zara. On the station, different classes never mixed. The powerful aliens would never eat with the weak ones. A young human boy near the window caught her attention. He had brown hair and kind eyes. He was about her age, maybe 16 or 17 years old in human years. The boy was talking with his friends, but then he looked up and saw Zara watching them. Their eyes met for a moment. Zara quickly looked away and started walking faster. She was not supposed to look at other species. It could get her in trouble. Her stomach growled again, louder this time. The hunger was getting worse. She had to find work today or she would not eat for another day. Zara made her way to the lower levels where she lived. The hallways here were darker and dirtier. The air smelled bad from the engines. About 200 Keth people lived in this section. Most of them worked the worst jobs on the station, cleaning toilets, fixing broken pipes, carrying heavy boxes. Her small room was at the end of a long hallway. It had just enough space for a bed and a tiny table. No windows, no pictures on the walls, just grey metal everywhere. Zara sat on her bed and held her empty stomach. She was so hungry that her head started spinning. She thought about the food the other aliens had thrown at her. Even rotten food would taste good right now. She closed her eyes and tried to sleep. Sleep was the only way to forget about the hunger for a while. But sleep would not come. Her stomach hurt too much. She got up and decided to look for work, even though it was late at night. As she walked back through the station hallways, her vision became blurry. The hunger was making her weak. She stumbled and had to lean against the wall to stay standing. Just as she reached the main level, everything went black. Zara collapsed right in front of the human cafeteria, her thin body hitting the cold floor with a soft thud. The last thing she saw before losing consciousness was a pair of shoes running toward her. Human shoes. First contact. The human boy with brown hair saw Zara fall. He dropped his food tray and ran toward her. "Hey, are you okay?" Alex called out as he knelt down beside her. Other aliens in the hallway saw what was happening. They stopped walking and stared, but nobody came to help. A group of Vorthan aliens pointed at Zara and whispered to each other. "Don't touch her, human!" One of the green-skinned Vorthans shouted. "She is Keth. They bring bad luck to everyone." Alex ignored them. He gently helped Zara sit up. Her purple skin felt cold and her breathing was shallow. "When did you last eat?" Alex asked with worry in his voice. Zara's eyes opened slowly. She looked confused and scared. A human was touching her. A human was talking to her. This had never happened before. I'm sorry," she whispered, trying to stand up. "I should not be here. I will go now." "Wait," Alex said softly. "You didn't answer my question. When did you eat last?" Zara looked around at all the aliens watching them. She felt ashamed. Everyone was staring at the dirty Keth girl who had collapsed from hunger. 2 days ago, she said quietly. "But please, I don't want trouble." Alex's eyes grew wide. 2 days? You haven't eaten anything for 2 days. More aliens gathered around them. A tall blue Aquarian stepped forward. His fish-like face showed disgust. "Human boy, you should stay away from her kind," the Aquarian said. "The Keth lost the sector war 10 years ago. They are the lowest class now. It is better if you don't get involved." "Why?" Alex asked, standing up but keeping one hand on Zara's shoulder. "What did they do wrong?" An elderly granite alien, whose body looked like grey stone, spoke up. "The Keth people started a war they could not win. They destroyed 3-star systems. Now they must pay the price." Zara felt her heart break. The same old lies that everyone believed. She wanted to tell the truth, but who would listen to her? Alex helped Zara stand completely. She was very thin, much thinner than she should be. "That was 10 years ago," Alex said. "What does that have to do with her?" "She looks like she's my age. She was just a child when that war happened." "It doesn't matter," the Vorthan alien replied. "Keth blood is Keth blood. They are all the same." Alex felt angry. He had studied the sector war in school. The truth was different from what these aliens were saying. "Actually," Alex said loudly so everyone could hear, "I know about that war. The Keth didn't start it. They were attacked first. They only fought back to protect their home worlds." The crowd became quiet. Most aliens had never heard a different version of the story. Zara looked at Alex with surprise. How did this human boy know the truth? For 10 years she had heard lies about her people. Now someone was finally telling the real story. "The Keth were great scientists and builders," Alex continued. "They built some of the most beautiful cities in the galaxy. They loved art and music and learning. They only fought because they had no choice." "Enough," the Vorthan alien said angrily. "You don't know anything, human boy. You weren't here 10 years ago." "But I studied it," Alex replied. "And I can read. The real history is in the galactic archives if anyone cares to look." Zara felt tears coming to her eyes, but this time they were different tears. For the first time in years, someone was defending her people. Alex turned to Zara. "What's your name?" "Zara," she said quietly. "I'm Alex," he said with a kind smile. "Zara, would you like to come eat with me? I was just having dinner with my friends." Zara's heart jumped. Eat with him? Sit at a table like a normal person? She looked around at all the angry alien faces. I cannot," she stammered. It is not allowed. Keth people must stay in the lower levels. We cannot eat in the main dining areas. Says who? Alex asked. The station rules, the Blue Aquarian answered. The Non-Fraternization Treaty of 2387. Different species must stay in their assigned sections, especially the Keth. Alex frowned. That's a stupid rule. Who made it? The previous station management, the granite alien said. Before the humans came here. Alex looked thoughtful for a moment. Then he smiled and took Zara's hand. Well, I'm human and we don't follow stupid rules, he said. Come on, Zara. My friends are waiting and we have plenty of food. Zara felt scared but also hopeful. Maybe, just maybe, things could be different. As they started walking toward the human cafeteria, heavy footsteps echoed behind them. The sound of metal boots on the floor made everyone turn around. Station security guards were marching toward them. Their leader, a massive reptilian alien, pointed at Alex and Zara. Stop right there, the guard commander shouted. Humans are not permitted to interact with Keth subjects. This is a violation of station law.